Scarfee,
Chroma.
and together we are Powerpuff Girls.
Powerpuff Girls. Oh my god. Bless. Welcome in,
I want to be
everybody.
Buttercup.
Oh, that's fine. I want to be Bubbles. So, Scarfee, you're Blossom. You're the leader of the group.
Yeah, I think we decided that's
You're the red
the
one.
time when we were
Perfect.
doing this with
Works
Grace.
great.
We decided that I'm Blossom somehow. I don't even know who. Ever since then, I didn't even check. I don't know who that is still.
You're
So-
Blossom because you run the show. This is like this podcast wouldn't get done if it weren't for you. So you're Blossom. I'm Bubbles. I'm here. I'm
Aw.
just happy to be here. Oh, bless.
You can kind of see my monitors and my hands.
Hey, you're fine, dude. Don't worry about it.
It's-
Welcome in,
it's
everybody.
fine.
Welcome
We're
to today's
fine.
episode
We're doing
of
great.
Keepin It ADHD, featuring a wonderful guest, Chroma. Please give it up. Let's get some.
Where? Where do I?
That was
Thank
it,
you,
right?
thank you.
Right there was. No. Other way.
What is that? Is that the
The
Dragon
fusion
Ball Z where
dance.
they do?
Yeah, right.
That-
Fuck. Now I want a Dragon Ball. I haven't watched Dragon Ball since I was a kid. Let me tell you, I had these shoes. They were light up shoes, and every time you took a step, they had like Dragon Balls on the heels. Every time you took a step, the Dragon Balls would like shimmer. It was tight as fuck.
I want those now.
Right? Dude, I think, okay, hold on. So this is exactly something that I think about a lot, right? Growing up at like our age, it wasn't cool to like anime. It wasn't cool to like video games. People were like, oh,
No.
what? You watch Dragon Ball Z? Like, what is that? You play video games? It's like, and now
Yeah,
it's
you
like,
have,
oh,
like,
Tell me you're a
everybody
90s
does
kid
Yeah.
without telling me you're a 90s kid.
it. Exactly. I mean, it's not wrong though. It's such a pain in the ass that like everybody's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna hop on Twitch to be a Fortnite pro, and it's like, fuck you. You made fun of me. You made fun of me when we were 8 for having Dragon Ball Z shoes. I'm gonna kick your ass.
And now you got a Goku poster in your background, dude.
Exactly, dude. You're like, Dragon Ball Z is
Fake.
life. It's like, dude, fake fan. I've been an OG since the beginning. Oh god. Chroma, tell us
Sorry,
about
if you're
yourself.
hearing weird
Sorry,
noises, I have a cat.
I've already pivoted. Chroma, tell us.
No,
about
you're
yourself.
fine.
How you doing, bud?
I'm doing good. This last week's been a lot.
Yeah.
Kind of
Well,
wild.
you had a really big event happen.
Yeah,
this
what-
week.
Yeah. So we just got partnered on Twitch.
Let's go,
Thursday.
That's amazing.
Actually,
Congratulations, dude.
thank you. We've been streaming for 3.5 years now, I guess. It's gonna be 4 in July. So
Nice.
it's been a long time.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I think I started playing on Xbox when I first started streaming, and I was playing like Gears of War and like Overwatch and stuff like that, just with my brothers and stuff. And,
Yeah.
Once I started like meeting other people that were on Twitch and meeting other people that I could play games with that I met through the platform, it just kind of like just went up from there. You know,
Yep. Absolutely.
it's been wild. But yeah,
Hell,
That's
I-
an amazing achievement. It's
it
just,
really
thank you.
is.
Yeah, I am very very proud.
You
Yeah,
should
and
be.
a lot of people also say that it's like that's just the beginning. Like
It is, yeah.
who knows how, the length that you will go.
Right.
The-
And you
that's
want
just-
to have like another goal, I guess, because a lot of people when they go into I want to be partnered, and then they get there and then it's like, okay,
Well,
now,
now
what do I do?
Yeah.
Like, so I'm already looking like past like what's the next thing that I want to try and do.
Mhm.
But I also
That's
want to
good.
live
Not
in the
losing any
moment, just-
momentum. Not losing
Yeah.
any time. Just
I,
keep
Right.
going.
I would say like, I don't know. Crispy said this to you last night. It's like that's super great to have, but like don't
Mhm.
forget to just like sit
Right,
and soak
yeah.
it in.
I
Because like
want to be able to be excited about it for as long as I can, you know.
exactly. Because it's
Like
wild.
when Thursday when I found out about it, it
Mhm.
was I couldn't sleep, you know. I was
Yeah.
so excited. So, and then yesterday was kind of the same thing. Played games with like a bunch of friends, and I was just on this like other plane.
Mhm. Dude, last night was so
Like,
much
this is
fun.
real.
That was a,
Yeah,
that
it
was a
was.
very good night.
I was watching it. I didn't want to get in because, well, I was kind of stoned most of the night. But also because I was kind of also exhausted after everything. Also this week,
Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
I was watching, and you guys were having so much fun.
It was a good time.
That
There-
was,
Fall Guys is always so much fun with everybody.
Yeah.
Custom Fall Guys is the best thing that they could have done.
I'm so glad it
And-
finally happened. I've been waiting for
Yeah.
it for so long. Like,
and genuinely, it was like listening into a conversation, like at a party where people
Yeah.
are like getting really, really personal and emotional, and like just like talking to each other and making friends, and it's just so nice.
That's what the back porch gang's about, dude.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that was the whole idea behind it, because that first night that we were having conversations like that, we were like, this feels like we're at a party, but like on the back porch, and like we're just kind of separated from everybody. Everyone's still having a party inside, but we're kind of just vibing outside with our drinks and talking and hanging out.
Feel that.
Yeah,
dude. There got to a point last night. I was messaging you on the side, but there got to a point last night where we were just talking. We talked for like 3 hours, I want to say, and like the whole time I had to pee so bad, but I was like, I don't want to miss a second of what's happening. Like, this is so great. And it got to a point, I think, like halfway through Taylor telling her story about Anna Kendrick, I was like, okay, I gotta go to the bathroom like right now. I'm just gonna run. Or maybe it was later. I don't even know. Oh my god, it was kind of a blur. It's so much fun though.
When you have to go to the bathroom and you don't want to miss your friends like having a like goofy conversation and stuff, it is actually the worst.
It is.
I'm telling you, they need to make a gamer chair with a toilet in there.
Yeah.
It's a huge market. It's a huge market.
Dude, people,
I mean,
that would absolutely, like, that would sell. Some people would buy it.
Yeah, 100%.
If it's a fraction more sanitary than the episode of South Park where they're grinding WoW, then it'll sell. All right.
Oh
no.
My god. I don't even know what you're talking about, but I can imagine.
Just don't even look it up. It is.
Yeah.
I love that show. Well, I used to love that show. It's not so great anymore. It's just like they've lost their touch, I feel like. But there are some parts of it where I'm like, yeah, I'm tapping out for this. It's a little too nasty for me.
It gets too much at sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah.
South Park, I think, has always been like that for me too, though.
That's fair. They've always had Mr. Hanky the Christmas Poo, and it's like, all right. I'm gonna sit here for a half hour and watch it. Literally a piece of shit talk. That's fine.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Wait.
Scarfee's like, oh.
Scarfee's so lost.
Wait. Okay, just a quick heads up. I know that you said that you listened to our podcast already, but to anybody who's just tuning in, my pop culture knowledge in terms of like American pop culture is really poor. Like, I can sometimes make references to maybe like 2 shows that I know because I watched them while I was here. But otherwise, whenever Rahlyx is talking about something like some kind of show, or when he's talking about like an actor or like a pop culture artist, I have no idea what's happening. So everything is just new to me. So when he said watching a piece of shit talk for an hour, I don't know what to think. Like, what does that mean?
It's literally what it says.
It's not an exaggeration. Yeah, it's literally that.
All right, great.
It's like animated though.
Yeah, it's animated. God, that
oh
show.
God,
how did we go from Chroma got partner to literally a piece of shit talking for a half hour?
I mean, welcome to Keepin It ADHD podcast.
The threads are hard.
Very
to
on
follow.
brand. Yeah, we're doing the thing, I guess.
Very on brand.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what do you play usually? What's your bread and butter?
I do a lot of variety now, especially.
Mm-hmm.
But I really enjoyed playing like shooting games when I was growing up. Gears of War was like the first one that I played with my brother, and that's not so popular anymore. But but when Battle Royales came out, I was playing PUBG, Fortnite, Apex. I still play Apex a lot. That's one of my favorite games still. Dead by Daylight, Among Us.
Wait.
I just,
what character do you play in Apex?
Oh, Lifeline. You know it.
Chroma's a solid Lifeline.
Mine and
Pressing
Rahlyx
me with the shield,
Mirage.
using me as a meat shield. Let's go.
We were playing a game yesterday, and this team was like pushing us from the circle, and Lifeline can drop the res shield and pick you up and still fight. And I was resing Rahlyx like 5 times because every time he stood up, immediately get downed. Do it again.
They would all
get down.
Everybody would focus fire on me, and so it's great because Chroma can
felt
focus
terrible.
on other people. No, it was a great strategy. I was like, this actually works really well because like it gives you guys more of a fighting chance. If Kate hadn't gotten down, I think you could have pulled it back with the distraction. Yeah.
You're a good
Yeah, we've just been
distraction,
playing
Rahlyx.
like that, and Dead by Daylight's been really fun too for me. I think I just started playing that like 8 months ago or something like that, but it's been really fun. Yeah.
Have they fixed the hit? I've heard that in the most recent update, hit registration is a lot better.
They did fix a bunch
we're
of
on
stuff
DVD now,
for the
right?
past one.
Yeah,
Sorry,
it's on
I
DVD.
kind of-
No, yeah.
I was like, Apex had hit issues.
Yes, they did for a while, but
Yep.
Apex
Early
is
days.
a whole different story. But
Yeah.
Dead by Daylight, they sent out like a big update for like the visuals and like where the UI was, and it messed with like the hit registration. So they just fixed it, I think, last week. So,
Pretty good.
The
Considering
UI
that hit
very-
reg
a
was
very
already
sore
really
subject.
bad before the update, like as long as I'm not
Yeah.
getting like fucking spaghetti-o rubber band armed through a pallet, like I'm happy.
right. Yeah.
There'd be times I'd literally be on the other side of the pallet and they'd swing and I'd get down and it's like, yo, I know it's not my network. I know it's not
Yep.
my network.
Definitely not.
Bless that game. I
It's a
remember
lot.
when that game came out, my group of friends in college were like, oh yeah, it's a cool game. We can all play it together. We can do customs or whatever. And it used to be that it was when you did a custom game, everybody was bumped or was hosted off the killer's game. And so
It's still like that.
is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! So if you
It
have a
used
killer
to, it
that
used
has
to do
really
all games like that.
okay,
Like every single game that people would play,
Oh, even like
public
the
or
online
custom,
ones?
it would host off of the killer.
gotcha. I just remember we had one guy who didn't live. He like went to school with us, but then he transferred out. And so his home network was like 5 meg, and he was always like, I want to be the killer. I love being killer, and it's like, oh my god, we literally just teleport all over the map all the time. And it's like, I think that killed the game for me. I was like, yeah, because I didn't start playing it again until Scarfee was like, just play Dead by Daylight with me, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll do it. I started playing again, and I'm like, oh wait, this game is actually pretty fun. And I guess that's what killed it for me, because it was just like, it was so rough.
The dude with the really bad internet's like, I'll host.
Yeah,
I got you guys.
I got
Don't
you.
worry.
You guys want to play again? And it's like, no.
No, I gotta go to bed. My goldfish has an appointment in the morning. Sorry, I really gotta go.
I gotta
I
wash my
can't.
goldfish's hair.
That got me.
Taking him to the vet
Sorry.
for his annual cleaning. All right.
My goldfish has an appointment in the morning.
Exactly.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Bless.
How to tell someone fuck you without telling them fuck you?
I mean, dude,
with peace and love.
It's
Peace and love.
dude. Oh shit.
Peace and love is Chroma. Do you want to explain it?
So, well, Kate and I found out that we both say with peace and love instead of like saying no offense or like bless your heart type of thing. You know, it's like, hey, with peace and love, you're about to say something that's really not with peace and love.
Yeah.
it's like a prime. Okay, right now I'm gonna say something shitty to you.
Exactly.
Like, prepare yourself. With peace and love, get fucked.
Yep.
Oh, bless.
It's like a spelling bee. Can you use it in a sentence?
Oh shit.
Oh god. I love that we have this little tight knit community around video games. It's just so good.
It's very cool.
Having so many different people from different backgrounds, from different parts of the country, different parts of the world, even. It's just so amazing, and getting to talk and get to know all of these people. It's great, and I love it as like a life experience as well. It's having been a part of so many Twitch and online communities. I'm so glad that we've made it this far, and we've made so many friends, and I'm glad that this is the communities that we landed in. Like, there's so many. Well, I mean, no particular shade to anyone, because that's just most of Twitch with how Twitch is doing in general. But like a lot of communities in Twitch are a lot more toxic than what we have in our corner of the internet.
I've said that a lot, where we get really lucky with the community members and the streamers that are in our circle.
Yeah.
We could have it way worse, that's for sure. We have a lot of really, really nice people that we've gotten the chance to play games with, meet, talk. You know, it's been awesome. Especially now, online, like friendships and stuff is perfect.
Yeah.
It's the perfect time to have those really cool friendships. And then when we actually do get to have Back Porch Gang in real life, it's just going to be even better.
Yep.
Fingers crossed sometime soon.
Yeah.
It's probably not going to happen this year, but I would love like a late TwitchCon. Like hit me in like November, October, November.
You saying that is like, it hurts my heart because I'm like, I'm still holding out hope for TwitchCon 2021.
I know.
But I know, like, deep inside, I'm like, yeah, it's probably not going to happen,
It's
man.
not going to happen.
2022.
Unless
Yeah,
all of a
probably.
sudden, like, vaccines just, like, start pumping
Yeah.
out. Like, we literally just, like, pump it into everybody's brains. Like,
They're get
It's-
vaccinated.
yeah.
Put the syringe in my
Everyone.
forehead, dude.
Literally?
I want to go to TwitchCon. Just
Let me-
put it straight in the brain, dude. I'm down. Let's go.
It's a trip. I got very lucky. I have a friend who works for Metro Health in where I live. And they're the head of HR, and they were like, "Do you want to volunteer to help the elderly get vaccinated?" And I was like, "Sure, if I can be outside, like whatever." Because I obviously don't want to be inside. And they were like, "Oh, well, yeah, so come in, like help them out, and then we'll get you vaccinated as like payment for coming to do it." I'm like,
Dang.
okay. So now I'm like I've got so many people just from my hometown because I grew up in Texas. So many people are like, "I don't trust that dang vaccine, man." And I'm like, look, here's the
That's
deal.
awesome.
The only thing that's changed is my phone's 5G reception is great now. Like,
I've heard this joke way too many times
it's a
already.
great joke. I'm sorry, I will never get
I
tired
mean,
of it.
I know.
I tell
I'm
it
not
to
saying it's a bad
everybody.
joke. It's just I'm saying that I've heard it over 10
Just
times at this
A
point.
beacon of cellular reception now. Yeah.
Exactly. But no, it's like it's not so bad. The first shot you get a little sore. The second shot, for me, it took me out of commission for like a day or so because your body's like, "We're sick," but you're like, "You're not sick. You're learning."
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
it's like so worth
Sounds like
it.
me in high school.
I'm so happy to like take a day or
You're
two
sick.
of just
No,
feeling
you're
crappy.
learning.
That's so true though. Okay, now I'm pivoting, right? Because we talked about this last night too, kind of. This is kind of an offshoot of that. The not being able to like the standards of like culture in America where it's like you just work. Doesn't matter if you're sick. Doesn't matter if you like you're having a really bad mental health day. You work. You go work, you do your
Mhm.
work, you go home.
Yeah,
You
that's
be
something
sick
I
on
had
your
to
own
adjust to.
time.
When I came here.
It's scary, dude. Like
There was a picture I saw, I think, on Twitter where this dude's like rushing into his office and he's like, "Sorry, I'm late, boss. I got hit by a car, but I'm here. Don't worry."
Oh my
that
god.
literally happened to me. That
Like,
happened.
What?
Wait, hold on. Whoa.
Hold up.
Okay.
Pause.
Well, I got rear-ended. I didn't get hit by a car.
Okay.
I technically got hit by a car, but
I
my
was
body
phrasing,
didn't get
dude.
hit by a
You're
car.
phrasing.
That on us right now.
No, I didn't personally get hit by a car, but my car got hit by a car. And then
All right.
literally my boss called me because I was on my lunch break. I was getting food.
Mhm.
My boss called me. He's like, "Where the fuck are you? Why aren't you online?" And I'm like, I got hit. And he's like, "That's not my problem. You need to be online." And I'm like, my car got hit, dude. Come on.
What the heck?
Yeah, he's not my boss anymore.
Good.
But
Great.
Yeah,
But-
dude should not
no,
be
he
anyone's
actually
boss
he
at
got a
all.
promotion, so now he's not my boss.
worse.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. You know. Mhm.
That's why I don't say where I
I'm not
work.
gonna say anything else. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna.
Bless.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure the company I work for has some kind of facial recognition. If you're looking at me right now, come on. I didn't do it. Chroma did it. I didn't do it. We get some Chris Mel fights in
Oh
chat.
my god.
Oh
This is
shit. Sorry,
trying
but
to,
yeah,
like-
no, it's wild.
Uh-huh.
Weird culture. Sorry. I'll
I
shut
just
up now.
I want to pivot a little bit just because I'm trying to remember. I don't know if I've ever heard. How did you start streaming?
Yeah.
It's kind of like a long story.
All right. We're in a
Don't wanna
podcast. Tell us.
Yeah, don't want to get like too dark. But so I used to work with I used to work as a server, and like I don't know, I was in college, and we would go out a lot and like party and drink and stuff. And one night I went out and woke up in the hospital. Didn't know how I got there. And I had to end up going back home. Like I had to leave school, I had to leave my job and go back home and get like surgeries and stuff.
That sucks.
Because I was still on my parents' like insurance, obviously.
Right.
And so I had to go back there and get all that stuff done. And I was at home with nothing to do. Like I didn't have schoolwork because I had to withdraw. I didn't have to clock in for a job. So I was kind of just like, what do I do? So I started playing a bunch of games because I brought my laptop with me. And my brother was like, you should like stream the games and stuff. Just like, you know. And I was like, okay, I'll figure out how to do that. So I started doing that. And then when I got back, like with my Xbox and stuff, I started streaming with like the Twitch app and everything. And that's kind of like what started it. Was I had a bunch of free time because I had literally nothing else to do. And then it became, instead of like a hobby, it became something that I wanted to do as a job, as a career. And so I started focusing, learning on like OBS stuff, learning like cameras, learning everything that I could do to make my stream like better or more interactive or something like that. So yeah,
I dig it. That's tight.
Yeah, it kind of, I mean, it was a really bad time in my life, but it put me on a different path to where now I'm at a really great point in time in my life. And I don't think of it as like this terrible thing that happened to me anymore. More of like a everything happens for a reason type of thing.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like lucky to be here.
Yeah, that's kind of the good way to look at it is, isn't it? But like seeing the bright side in everything, like you could see it just like just a really bad something really bad that weighs you down all the time, or you could see it like, well, if it didn't happen, I wouldn't find all these communities, I wouldn't find all these
have
people,
the friendships that you have.
Yeah, I would.
Exactly.
Who knows where you would be at this point? Like, and
yeah,
it's
so
just,
I had to stop being so like, I guess, negative about it, or like putting myself in a why did this happen to me type of thing, and instead you kind of shift your thoughts into like, okay, what can I do with it now? Like, how do I move forward, basically?
Exactly.
So that's a really good
you take
mindset
like
to
the
have.
experience and you figure out like, okay, how can I grow into this path that I've been put down?
100%. Yeah.
And you've come a very long way from just a laptop to like a whole entire setup.
Yeah. That's why everyone's like, oh, how did you start? And I was like, I'm super lucky. I started on my laptop, and then I got to get a capture card and stream from my laptop with my Xbox. So I've always kind of had like this multiple setup, because right now I stream with my gaming PC and a streaming PC. So I'm really lucky to be able to like have the setup that I do.
Yeah, so you're kind of like the OG of the double PC setup.
I've
but like
had it
console
for a long time.
PC setup.
Sure,
I think a lot about running a double PC setup, and I feel like it is such a headache. Like, how do you
the
feel
first
about
2 or
PC
3 days when you're setting it up, you rethink everything. You're like, do I even want to own a computer? Like, is this even for me? Do I need this? Like,
do I even
there's
want to
the
stream?
Outside. I could just go outside, you know? That's how it feels almost for a little while. And once you get the audio done, that's the big thing. Routing all your audio is the worst.
Yeah. I feel like it's not. So I have a Go XLR, and I feel like that makes it a lot easier because you can just run the line out of everything to the stream PC.
Yeah. Figuring out where to send audio signals and where to plug your headphones in, and like, how am I going to get my mic on both computers? If you don't have a Go XLR, like,
it's just hell.
Kind of a headache.
Yeah.
They definitely streamlined it with that device. 100%.
Yeah. I'm like routinely blown away. I understand why some people don't like it, because especially like early Go XLR was super buggy. But like I see no problems with this device. It is made, because I used to run voice meter. I had such a complicated voice meter setup.
Same.
Yeah.
And it was such a nightmare, because the thing, for some reason, I don't know why, but for some reason with my computer, if voice meter froze, my whole computer would crash. Literally blue screen and be done.
See, my computer did that with the Go XLR app, so I can't really say that.
Very bizarre. But see, since I've switched to Go XLR, it's like having physical sliders is great. I've not had I had one blue screen recently, and it was because I unplugged something while I was installing the drivers, and my computer was like, I'm pissed about that. And that's like the only blue screen I've had, even relatively recently. Like, the Go XLR has just been a dream.
Sorry.
That wasn't even that funny.
Just like your computer, just having a thought, like you unplug something and your computer's like,
excuse me?
You're really gonna do that?
You're
right
not
now,
watching the podcast, so you have to.
Okay.
The face that Chroma just made.
And then they just like peace out. Like
they're like, all right,
see you later.
Clearly you don't respect me, so I'm out later. And then I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna hard reset you and make you forget what just happened. Don't worry about it.
I just imagine like a gif of like like a window pops up like an error, and there's a gif of a very pissed off face, and you're like, fucking really? And the button says "fuck you."
I imagine like
you have to click that one to like.
Yes.
You have to click "fuck you" to restart your computer.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just imagine like that trend where they like would draw faces on like coconuts or whatever, and they'd like roll the coconut and the face would go like ah. I imagine that, but like a computer, and he's pissed off, so he just reaches inside and pulls the CPU out. He's like, "Fuck you,
like
you don't get my brain."
Oh Jesus.
Oh jeez.
Once again, a pop culture reference that I didn't get.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wait, hold on. The coconut thing was like animated little like dots and smiley faces, and
exactly.
have, like, little
and you have like little flaily arms,
stick
and legs.
arms and legs and stuff. Yeah,
exactly.
I feel like it was a. I don't know. It was a weird time.
It was like a very big. Like,
wait.
When Imgur was really popular as a platform.
Yeah, where they used to draw like stick figure arms and faces on random objects.
Yeah, exactly.
That kind of. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was just like
coconut was the
like,
first thing I thought of. No, coconut was just the first thing I thought of.
No, yeah, it was just like that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So your computer blue screen a lot?
No, yeah. My computer used to do blue screens like every single day, and I was like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on. Because I was pretty new to having like a PC, because I had like a laptop, and I really only used it for school, and I had never had any issues. But it was actually
Nobody
my RAM.
ever talks about how laptops and PCs are different.
They're so different, dude. They're so different.
Worlds different.
But I had to take out 2 sticks of RAM because I had the dual channels, and I had 4, and one of them went bad, so I had to take out 2 of them, and now I'm left with half of the RAM that I bought.
Dude, RAM, I'll say it. RAM is like the equivalent of printers, where it's just sent from hell. It doesn't work right ever, and it's always, if you ever have a computer problem, 9 times out of 10 it's your RAM, and it's just like, especially I don't know what CPU you have. I have a Ryzen 7 2700X, and
that's
RAM
that's
does
the one
not,
I have in my streaming PC. Yeah,
it's like a really solid processor.
Yeah,
but RAM does not play nicely with it. You have to get really specific RAM, and then you have to clock it. I spent so long tuning the clocking on the RAM I have now. Such a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And then some days
computer
it just
has
resets.
an Intel, an 8700K.
Ooh,
and
nice.
I'm thinking about switching to AMD just because of like the stuff that has been coming out from them.
Yeah.
It's really good. But yeah, that's the thing. I can't put less money into RAM or a power supply. Those are the 2 things that I'm like, I need to get good ones, because
top of the line.
If those things go out, your whole computer is just going to be like, I'm done. I'm quitting today.
Yeah. Well, see, but that's the trick with Ryzen, right? Because if you switch to that, there's no integrated graphics, so you gotta worry about the GPU too. But but no, I feel that absolutely. It's been really fascinating to see where AMD has gone recently, because like I was using AMD because it was cheap, right? Way back in the day.
I think everyone was kind of like, oh yeah, AMD is like the kind of cheaper choice, and if you want to go hardcore, you'll get Intel.
Exactly.
And then they really flipped that, I think, the past like year or 2.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because when they brought out Ryzen, it was like, hey, we're not shitty anymore. Like, you got this. Because I had a 12 core, like the last 12 core they released before Ryzen, and that thing ran so hot, if you didn't have liquid cooling, it would burn out. And if you did, it would still run at like high 80s, like always.
Yeah.
And it was
they had a
such
reputation to overturn.
Yeah. But it was like such a colossal pain. So like, if I had my computer in a room with the door closed, it's like, it's a sauna. It's fine. I would literally, I'd start streams looking like I look right now. I would end streams wet, like
just
all
dripping.
over. Yes,
sweat.
It was disgusting. I was like, I feel so nasty. And so when I swapped to Ryzen, I was like, okay, this better be good. And it's been a dream since, but everything but the RAM.
Well, you could
I
have
don't
taken
remember
that,
where it was
you
going.
play games for a couple hours, and at the end of stream, you do a hot yoga session, and then that could have really worked out for you. I don't know.
I've missed my niche. I missed
You
my niche.
did,
You're
I
absolutely
think.
right. I still have the processor in some box somewhere because I'm a hoarder and I can't get rid of computer parts ever.
Same.
You
I literally-
have a business opportunity.
Any time I upgrade a part in my computer, I'm like, oh no, I have a part sitting around. Guess I have to build another computer. It's
Dang,
it's
you
an
really
addiction.
you really picked me out on that one, didn't you?
Dude, I literally every time I upgrade, I'm like, Hannah, do you want a new computer? Because I'm building it. Let's go. She gets all my hand-me-downs. Like it's just oh bless.
It's like even worse when you're like, well, no, I have two mice now, multiple of mice.
Mies?
And you're like, well,
I thought that was the
now I need
multiple
another
of moves.
keyboard. And then you grab another keyboard and you're like, well, now I need so many other things.
Rahlyx, and this is just laying on your couch.
Yes.
I have a drawer.
You're
I
all the
recently
keycaps.
Spare keyboard and mouse on
all the keycap box. Yes, dude.
I literally
I
we're
recently
just
just
sitting
did
right
everything
here.
in my room, and I think I have 3 keyboards in a drawer now.
Yeah.
And like
Tell me you're
keycaps,
friends
it's
with
just
people
down
who
there,
assemble computers without telling me you're friends with people who assemble computers.
I have
Dude.
just grocery bags full of like wires. Like I really need like the little bins and like racks and
The
stuff.
grocery
and I-
bags is what they came in. It's like you come back home and Heidi
Wires.
says, "Did you just come back from the grocery store?" No, it's just computer parts.
Wires.
It's just computer parts and your computer built
They're
up,
just
dude.
in random containers in Rox's room too. Just a box, like a waste bin thing.
Dude, the
It's-
bag is like
I'm
from
sorry, that's an
Pavilions.
Avengers Infinity War popcorn bucket. Get your head
Oh,
out of your ass.
I'm so sorry. Cut.
Cut.
Cut the cameras. Oh my god, I'm lightheaded.
No, you're reading me for filth, dude. Literally, every container in this room has some kind of wires in it, and this is after.
Oh.
Organizing it. I have.
Oh, man.
You can't see it. Just out of frame, I have a little like workstation, so I can work on like when I fix my laptop and my phones and stuff.
Mhm.
And underneath it is a crate that is full of computer parts. It's a problem.
I mean, if we're whipping out the cable bags,
Whipping out the cable bags. Title your sex tape. Yes, let's go, dude.
Shouts out Walmart for the terrible
Careful,
bags.
I think there's a hole in the bag in the bottom.
Oh yeah, it's ripped. It's
Okay.
100% ripped.
He was
Yeah.
trying not to show off that side of it.
Yeah.
All right.
And then there's 3 more down there, and then
And I just with my oblivious
Yeah.
ass just went, careful,
God,
there's a hole.
oh,
That's
100% it's
such a-
ripped. Yeah.
I would be the person at the party who like somebody stands up and there's like a rip in their pants and I'm be like, careful, you have a hole in your pants.
They're like, yes, I know. I was trying to conceal it. Thank you for telling everyone.
Very loud too.
Oh,
They're,
yeah.
like screaming as they walk away from the table. Hey, you have a hole in your pants.
And that's right when the music is switching too. So
Yep.
the song's off and like
Yeah.
everyone's kind of just like quiet. And you're like,
the whole dance floor hears it.
Oh my god. Oh, bless.
Oh
I'm
god.
sorry. I was very aggressive about the Avengers bucket. I'm sorry.
no, that was hilarious. I loved that. That was so good.
Oh god. Oh bless.
Let me just
I-
put my cat down
It-
on the floor so he
Okay.
walks away because
Do you mount your monitors, Chroma?
I just like I was saying, I just made like a new setup. You can see like my desk here a little bit.
Mhm.
I have like
Mhm.
an L shape now, and my previous desk was like
what
this
is that, what's
thin.
that material that is used?
Oh, so you
It's-
definitely couldn't mount anything on
I
that.
couldn't mount anything. No, this is birchwood. It's
Mhm.
supposed to be a
Hell yeah.
kitchen countertop.
Go
Dude.
watch on YouTube if you
I-
want to see it. There's also a Pikachu at the end of it.
Kitchen
Yeah,
countertop.
that's the
desk
Happy Meal
gang.
Pikachu. I got my chessboard there.
Did
my
you get your
little-
card with the Happy Meal?
I did. I got a couple of them. I got a Pikachu, and then these are my just show them off real quick. You know,
Yeah.
they're on my desk. Whatever. If it'll now you don't want to autofocus. We were talking about how well you were autofocusing earlier. There we
You
go.
were just
The cool
bragging
little,
about it.
Pikachu thing.
Ooh,
down in the
Trico.
corner. Yeah.
I like
There's a
that, I like
Trico, a Sobble, a Rowlet, and a Chimchar. The hollow on the Chimchar is actually really cool. It's like a
that. Oh, that's tight.
sparkly, like
God.
yeah. So
Dude, am I about to get into opening Pokemon cards?
Yes.
I just
Scarfee.
recently started playing
Scarfee, don't
Pokemon
do
Go
it.
again,
Scarfee,
and
don't
I've
do
been
it.
bugging Rahlyx about it.
Yes.
I've been like, log into Pokemon Go and send me gifts, and he's like,
I
I
keep
don't
forgetting.
remember my
I don't know
login and
my login.
password.
Because okay, so I set up Pokemon Go. Like, do you remember when Pokemon Go came out, and then but it was only in Australia for a couple days? Remember that? So I had a friend.
I mean, they are in the future.
I had a
so.
friend who sent me the APK for it, and so I installed it on my phone. But the normal signups weren't open yet, so I had to go through a whole thing to get an account, and now I have no idea how to log into it. I cannot remember at all.
Make a new one.
Yeah, I got banned.
Or do you have a lot of progress on that?
You got banned? Oh,
Wait,
were you
got banned from Pokemon
GPS
Go?
manipulating? Were you? Yeah.
I wanted to play. So I hopped on my computer and I had like an Android phone simulator basically.
Yeah.
And then I went to Australia, you know?
Yeah.
On the fake GPS. And I was playing Pokemon Go. And I didn't think anything of it. And then I got an email one time in anatomy class, and that was the worst day ever. Like, I looked at my phone and it was like, you've been banned. And I was like, dang it, dude. What am I supposed to do?
God damn.
That was like how I walked around and like got exercise. I was just walking around downtown catching Pokemon like for hours on end too, you know?
Absolutely.
Same with me.
That's
Pokemon Go is my motivation to leave my crusty, dusty apartment and go on a walk.
I haven't tried to like make a new account, but I'm sure that I would just be sad. So I just don't want to go through that, you know?
Yeah.
Memories.
I don't want to make another account because like I have so many Pokemon that I love.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like I can't do that.
No.
I can't have a secret other family. That's not acceptable.
Yeah, I can't abandon my
I've
children.
just abandoned. No, I've abandoned them, but I can't have another family. All right. Come on.
When your morals are in the right place, but not quite.
He's almost there. He's so close. Not quite, but he's so close.
Not quite, but so close. He has some dignity, but
Look,
not
morality's
really.
a scale. Oh, bless.
Oh, Jesus.
But yeah.
But yeah, Pokemon is something that I'm also like getting into like 10 years late. And it's a very interesting thing because I also started watching the Pokemon Indigo League.
And
And you know how like
Turn
you
this
start
frying
watching a
pan
show
into a drying pan.
Yeah. You know how you start watching a show like after you watched snippets and parts of it as a kid, and then you watch it and it's completely new to you. You have no idea where it's going, but then there's that one scene and you're like, have I already seen this?
I feel like it's for me, it's like a That's So Raven moment where Raven's like seeing into the future and you go, and you just put yourself back into when you were a kid and you see that, and then you come back to reality and you're like, whoa, yeah, that's where I remember that from.
It all makes sense now. Dude, I literally
God.
hold up. I had one of those moments today where I was talking to my brother about, so they're doing Rugrats again, right? They're rebooting it, but in 3D animation style. In like the style of like that Sponge Out of Water movie, the SpongeBob one. It's really bad.
Oh.
It looks like a bad PS2, PS3 era cutscene. It's really ugly.
Oh God.
But I had a moment. I was like, "Whoa!" I have this like very vague memory of like an N64 Rugrats game, and then I watched a YouTube video on it, and I was like, "Oh, it's all coming back." Oh,
When you're not sure if it's real or not, and then you see other
Yeah,
people that
it's
have
like,
also
you don't know if it's
experienced playing that, you're like, oh
Yup.
my gosh.
Exactly.
You don't even know if it's a false memory. You're just like,
I remember that Rugrats game though as well.
it's a good one.
Yeah. That was a good time.
Mhm.
I remember.
Go.
Yeah, so the PS2 games
Mhm.
or PS1 games. I used to have a PS1, and one of the
PS1
reasons
slap.
why I remember having it is because there was one game. I don't know I don't know how I feel talking about this, but here we go. There was one game that was called Bugs Bunny and the Tasmanian Devil, like Ripple in Time or something, and it was like about them both like fighting against this little witch that was trying to find her little little time clocks because all of the time went wrong and all of the different eras like were coming together. And so I used to play that game so much, but it also made me so frustrated because I couldn't complete some of the levels. So I used to make my mom play it. Because I was so frustrated and I couldn't complete the level. I was like, Mom, help me.
That was me with, like Spyro or like Crash. I was really bad at Crash Bandicoot. And so I would always make either like my brother or my dad like play through the part that I couldn't beat. Yeah. I feel you on that.
I was that way with Spyro. I had to get my brother to do it. So it's like dude, when I was a little kid, I used to rage so hard at games. I would get so
same.
Oh yeah.
But then you grow up and you learn that that's just ADHD. You just rage really easily just because you have it.
Yeah, not wrong. Not wrong, that's for sure.
Yeah, and another game that brings back really strong memories from PS1, or I don't remember if that was PS1 or PS2. It was like Bugs Bunny Racing or something like that. It was kind of Mario Kart.
Looney Tunes Racing.
That
game slapped.
I remember playing that a bunch.
Yeah, but
I had that on CD-ROM. That was
the reason why I had such strong memories about that game is because I played it when we had to. Okay, so a little backstory: the country where I lived in for most of my childhood and until I like turned 18, 19, had 2 revolutions.
That'll do it.
2 revolutions of the government. So during the first one, which one was in 2004, when I was like 6 years old, we left the city because we didn't really. It wasn't really that violent or anything. It was just like really big protests, and then they had to like recount the votes and something. And we just left the city because we lived in the capital right next to the government building, so it was like really sketchy. Mm-hmm. And we left, and then while we were away, I got chickenpox as a kid. Oh, no. And it was like it was a really common thing back then. It was like you had to go through the chickenpox to be like tick off the check mark of like, oh, I had chickenpox, now I have immunity for the rest of my life. So I remember really vividly sitting at the floor of a hotel in front of a hotel television, like really old one, like big ones, little lamp ones, and playing the racing game with my dad.
Hell yeah!
So covered in iodine marks on all of the like chickenpox things.
Oh yeah.
And it was like it was okay. Chickenpox is not really that bad if it's managed well. So you just I was just covered in medicine all the time, and I looked like a spotty cheetah. But yeah, that's how we used to play the racing games, and it was like about a week or 2. It was a good time for my friends, for my parents. It was probably a really stressful time considering everything else that's been going on, but for me, it was okay.
Imagine all that stress plus like just the added risk of being an adult around somebody with chickenpox. Like,
I mean, because in Eastern Europe, basically almost everybody who goes through a childhood gets chickenpox at some point.
Gotcha. Fair enough.
And chickenpox in kids is like a lot less severe. Like when adults get chickenpox, they get a lot more severe symptoms and stuff.
Well, they can get
kids actually don't experience that with
they can get chickenpox, but chickenpox can cause shingles.
There we go.
Yeah. And we are all really like back in the one thing that we can thank Soviet Union for, maybe one single thing out of all of the negative things that it brought us, is that it popularized the vaccines in science, so everybody gets vaccinated at some point in life.
Good.
Like we don't have like a really big pockets of like anti-vax communities or anything like that, so we have really good vaccinations and immunizations for stuff. So basically, we keep a really good control of who has what.
That's good.
So adults in our country usually never got chickenpox. So
I feel like growing up, there were always. Sorry, I'm not talking into my microphone. I feel like growing up, like a lot of like TV shows and stuff were always like, we got chickenpox. I'm like, I don't think I ever knew a kid who had chickenpox growing up. Like,
I don't think so either.
It's so bizarre. Like,
it just shows how different those parts of the world are.
Yeah, but it also makes you think it's like, you don't think about it as a kid, right? Because you watch a kid's show and you're like, oh yeah, it's a kid's show, right? So the kids, right? As an adult, you're like, wow, the showrunner of this show is probably in their 50s, and that's probably what they grew up with. They're probably like, yeah, every kid had chickenpox. Like,
it's so normal. This is relatable to you kids, right?
Exactly. Yes, children. Yes,
that's relatable to me.
Chickenpox,
but
the
I'm
Great
not from
Depression.
America, so.
Exactly. Oh, bless. But I just had that realization right now. It's like, oh yeah, the showrunners probably are like in their 50s, and they're like, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
And
I don't-
I also remember, related to that, when we used to go to school and somebody would get chicken pox and everybody would be like gossiping about, oh my god, they got chicken pox, they're at home sick.
Oh.
like it was such a big deal.
Wa-
And then
was it
they
not
would
a
come
thing
back.
to like have a chickenpox party. Is that like you would the
Mm.
parents would bring the kids
Oh yeah.
and
oh
like they
god.
would all mingle and then they would all get chickenpox so they could all like not have to have it in the future. Was that a thing or no?
That was actually what I was just about to talk about, is that I remember one specific kid who got chickenpox, and then they sent her back to class right before the winter holidays,
Mhm.
and she came back like I was describing, like a spotted cheetah covered in medicine.
Aw.
Like she wasn't really it was like past the severe stage of it, like where it would be like a fever a little bit or in a cough, and then she was like no longer contagious, but then everybody got chickenpox in the class. So
That was so on purpose. Yeah.
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 I feel like there was a Rugrats episode about that. They had a chickenpox party. I don't know.
Probably.
Probably.
Now that you said that, it could be just a false memory, but I'm also thinking that was real too. Yeah.
Dude, I just get Mandela affected. Boom.
Mandela affected.
Fuck.
Have you been Mandela affected? Call 1-800 Mandela effect.
And then that
Today.
phone number is going to be a Mandela effect eventually in the future. Like, is there a real number that we could call? Or no?
Yeah.
Nah, dude, you're thinking of JG Wentworth. What are you talking about?
877 gosh now.
Can we hold up? I sorry, I keep doing this. Can we talk about how perfect of an ad campaign the JG Wentworth ads were?
It's so good.
It's so good, and it was like on public broadcasting for the longest time. It wasn't even on like mainstream channels, and somehow everybody knows the JG Wentworth song.
I'm going to be real with you. I know it says 877 cash now, but I really don't know what JG Wentworth really does.
They
Is it a lending company or is it like what?
No, so
You
they
know, like what is?
Maybe it
I
wasn't
don't
that great of
know.
an ad campaign after all.
I just know I just know the slogan. That's all
Yeah.
I know. And the
so
song.
it's a company that I think it's like when you have like a workers' comp accident and they're like, we're gonna pay you out over time. It's a lawyer that goes, no, you're gonna pay us now.
Gotcha.
If you have like structured settlement money coming in, but you need cash now,
Gotcha.
call JG Wentworth.
Not sponsored, by the way.
Dude, I
See, it
wish
worked better on
Wentworth,
Rahlyx
call
than
me.
on you.
JG, I got you.
I was
got
just
speed
thinking
dial,
about that
ready?
the other day, where I was like, I really don't know what they even did. Like, I know their phone number though, and I guess I'll give them a call if I'm in a pinch. You know,
If they're
You're like-
still around.
You like
but-
you're in jail and it's like, all right, you get one phone call.
that's what I was just thinking.
JG,
that.
hello. Please come get me. I'm in jail.
You're the only phone number I knew.
I don't even remember my mom. I don't even remember my mom's phone number. It's just saved in my phone, and I just call it. Can you please come get me?
Oh my god.
Oh god.
No, it's funny though, because a lot of people don't remember phone numbers. I was talking to my friends. They're getting married in May, and they're currently now trying to make sure they have each other's phone numbers memorized in case of emergency. And I'm like, man, did I just like grow up in the dark ages where it's like you really had to know phone numbers if you wanted to like call someone? Because God.
I think we had to like write down our phone numbers and like on a piece of paper and rip it off and give it to somebody if we wanted to like give them the
Yeah.
phone number. You know, we weren't like, yo, just snap me and then I'll have your number. You know, whatever. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
The kids these days.
Once
right?
again.
Dude, kids these days have it so
What-
easy. They don't have to use their
Once
brains.
again, tell me you're a 90s kid without telling me you're a 90s kid. But it's just, yeah, the same thing that I also had. I still have my, because their numbers still haven't changed. I have my dad's and my mom's phone numbers memorized still. Like
Same.
I can actually
Yeah.
type them in. But lately, just because I've been talking to people like mostly like on Discord, and I don't really call or text people anymore on the phone.
Mhm.
I just don't like most of the phone numbers that I have saved are mostly like school work contacts, and that's about it. And I don't have to memorize those.
Yeah.
So it's just there. Yeah. So basically, the age, it doesn't require that anymore. The time and age that we're in. But
I feel that.
yeah, I would agree that that was such a weird thing where we would pass pieces of paper to each other, and we would have to we would have to remember to come home to our phone because we didn't carry our phones around with us. We would have to come home to our phone and remember to take it out of wherever we put that piece of paper and then put it into our phone.
There's a whole plot
and then memorize it
in the first season of How I Met Your Mother that would not work now at all because because that show started taking place before the real big advent of cell phones, right? And there's in like I think the first episode, maybe the second episode, Ted gets somebody's number written down on a Kit Kat bar on Halloween. And Lily accidentally gives the Kit Kat bar to a kid, and so he can't get the number. That would never happen today.
No.
Who's writing down their numbers? They go, no, here's my number. Take out your phone. Let's talk. Like, it's just like this. Soon, there's going to be so much of our culture that's just going to be completely irrelevant.
Well, it's like the kids who are like, hey, how would you take a picture? Have you seen those TikToks? It freaks me out.
Yeah, oh my God.
How would you take a picture? And they go
do
like, this. Instead of this, they hold up their iPhone.
I kicked my microphone. I was so upset. God damn it.
I'll punch the camera. How would you take a picture?
How would you talk on the phone? Back in my day,
I got the single slide.
Holding up the light, and they're like, all right.
For those who are listening, Chroma just gestured, putting the veil over himself like with the old cameras and holding up the
flash. Yeah.
The flash, yes, in one hand.
Fuck.
Oh God.
And even talking on the phone, they go like this. Like they put their hand, like they're putting it on their face to their fingers are on their ears and their wrist is towards their mouth. Instead of doing like the thumb and the pinky.
I do this.
Do people hold?
Oh, you do that? Yeah,
like
well, yeah. I do this.
No, not this. I do this because
Yeah.
like when I hold my phone, I don't do it like that. I do it like this.
Just tape it on there.
Not this phone slap to the face.
Hold up. No, because if you've never done this, you're lying. If you've never done this,
I did
you're lying.
that.
Like who hasn't done this? You're gaming and it's like, oh, somebody calls you and you're like, shit, okay, hold on.
Yeah, I did that. But imagine with a landline phone.
That I couldn't. Well,
that's what I did. Like a long time ago, a long time ago in a different world, when I used to live back in Ukraine, and we had like it wasn't necessarily like a landline phone, like with a wire that you would have to hold like to
it's
the
like a wireless receiver.
station.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was a wireless receiver, yes, and I would put that under my headphone, and then I would also put like a little. I would see one of my mom's hairbands, and I would just put it around my face like this. Just
That's a move.
phone. I was on the phone with my friend a lot, and then my dad got enormous phone bills.
I remember when
So
I
that was
discovered
great.
what long distance calling was.
Yeah.
And then he yelled at me, and then we stopped.
I called my friend who just lived in, like a couple cities over in Texas, and we talked for like 2 hours. And my dad was like, "How was the phone bill? $300?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
he's like, who's calling Abilene? And I'm like,
Not me.
I'm not here.
Not me.
I'm not here.
That.
couldn't be me, dude.
That's so wild to think about how it's like I can just call across the country right now. I mean, we're literally on Discord right now just talking.
Yeah.
And our internet bill's the same.
You're West
It's
Coast,
like
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
West
always
Coast.
lived on the West
East
Coast.
Coast.
So.
I'm over here in Central Coast. Living. Got that Gulf Shore, baby.
Central Coast.
Hit me with that oil slick. Let's go.
I said that on accident once, like genuinely. The Central Coast. I said it before.
I mean, technically,
Like-
there is a Central Coast. It's the Gulf of Mexico. It's that whole Gulf, the Gulf Shores. That's the Central Coast.
I think that's still East
Or is
Coast.
that? Well, I guess that would be South Coast, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, would that be south? I mean, it's really relative, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, there's Florida.
If
so
you're looking at
everything
the
is
whole
different there.
country, because technically, if you're going to call it East Coast, West Coast, right? I guess it could be South Coast, but it's also like in the middle of the country, so it could be Central Coast. But maybe if there was like an ocean that ran between America, then that would just be a big river. That would just
See,
be a big
because I
river.
live in the Bay Area.
Rahlyx finding out what rivers are.
Fuck,
Wait,
dude.
hold on. That's a river.
Wild. My mind is blown. What is the
American education
Mississippi?
system, please.
Oh my god.
It's like, if you keep going north, you'll eventually go south, but if you keep going east, you'll never go west.
This just. Oh my god.
Your guys' faces. Hold on.
This just made me think of that clip of Tim the Tatman figuring out that you can't just dig into the ocean and the islands aren't floating.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yes.
Such a good clip.
Oh,
He's like,
God.
bro, how deep would I have to dig in Hawaii to get to the ocean? And I'm like,
he genuinely just thought this, and he was like, I'm being serious. Like, how
he's a
long would
sweet
it take?
summer child.
Yeah.
Me sitting here with a Soviet education system, just thinking about this. It's like, oh my God. But what was I about to say?
Hold on. I don't know.
No, about the Central Coast is because I live in the West Coast. I live in the Bay Area.
Mhm.
So whenever I hear Central Coast, most of the time I think Bay Area because sometimes people say that here.
Mhm.
Like not a lot of people. It's not common, but it's like that's what I think because that's basically the between the where I am is literally the center between the North California and South California. We're like the transition point.
Mhm.
Like I'm not necessarily North California, but I'm also not South California. Definitely.
You're pretty.
So we're
north.
kind of the Central Coast between the two.
I feel like you're the top of the Central.
Yeah.
You're pretty north.
Well, San Francisco is kind of the official of that's NorCal already.
Yeah.
But I'm south of San Francisco. I'm next to Monterey. So
I'm pretty
that's
close
kind
to
of-
where,
yeah, the Bay Area.
like, I live in Nevada, and I live in like northern
Nice.
Nevada, and so I'm pretty close to like Bay Area, all that stuff. We used to go
cool.
a couple years ago. I would like take a trip on one of the long weekends that I would have like school, just have like a 3 or 4 day weekend, and just go out for visiting my friends from high school that moved up there for college, and it's pretty cool. Yeah,
That's tight. I dig that.
I like that
I
spot.
wanted to go to the West Coast for college so badly, and then I was like, I can't afford that. I want to go so bad, but it
not worth
blows,
it.
It blows my mind how like Tennessee wealthy is California lower middle class.
Yeah,
And it's like
It's not worth it to live here.
it blows my
I'm
mind.
genuinely telling you, it's
And
not
it's like
worth it
I'm
at all.
Tennessee lower middle class. So it's like
what
Go
does
to
that make you in
California.
California?
The level of living that you get here for the amount of money that you pay is insane. I live in a college town that used to be a tourist destination until like 1960s when the university was built here. 1968, 1967, I don't remember. But when the university was built, the cost of living started skyrocketing here, and
Yeah.
I currently pay $2,000 a month
fuck.
for a 1-bedroom apartment. That literally is the size of like if I took down this wall, it would be studio.
Dude, I'm in a
Wow.
Like-
4-bedroom house for $1,600.
It's insane.
I have
It's
I have a 2-bedroom
insane.
apartment for
It's not worth
$1,400. This is terrible. This is awful.
When I'm
That's-
graduating
yeah.
in the summer, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
Fair.
I'm not gonna live here. I don't
Move
want
somewhere
to.
cheaper, dude. Alas.
Yeah,
Move to San Diego.
I'm gonna come to Tennessee. I'm gonna live
Yeah.
somewhere in an apartment for $600
come on
a
down,
month.
dude. You get $600 a month more in Texas. The problem is like over here you can find property for okay prices, but apartments are terrible. Like I just moved out of a 2-bedroom, and we were paying $1,530 for a 2-bedroom.
Mhm.
But we were on the top floor and we had a nice view, so that was good at least. But like, it's crazy expensive. Studios here start at like $1,000 a month. It's
yeah.
like, it's I mean, because Nashville's the new hot place, right? Because everybody's like, I'm leaving New York, I'm leaving Los Angeles, I'm coming to Nashville because cost of living's cheaper. And then I'm sitting here, I'm like, you motherfuckers. No.
You're starting to drive up the price.
Exactly. And now all that's built are high rises downtown. And it's
Mhm.
like, okay. Like,
I was here when like Tesla and Amazon and I think Panasonic and I think Google's going to come here too. All
Really?
these factories started getting built, all these buildings started getting built, and all of our cost of living just started going up. It
yeah,
was really bad.
it's very frustrating.
Really
But-
quick side note.
Mhm.
When you were saying Panasonic, I've been hanging out with Kate so much that I thought you were
We're in the
meant
middle of a
In the
Panasonic.
middle of a Panasonic. Yeah.
You know?
We've been trying to come up with like really good like other terms to just start with P. And my new favorite one right now is a percolator. I really like
That's
that
a good one.
Yeah.
Hold on. One of Kate and my viewers, hold on. I have to find it. His name is Josh.
One of my favorite one of my favorite words that people have said about it is palisade.
Oh yeah. I started doing Pledge of Allegiance. recently. That one was good.
Oh my
Posture
God.
check. Yeah.
Okay. So this viewer made a
I
goof
love people.
generator. And it's like random P words. It's a goof generator.
I love that.
I have to find
Random
it.
P words?
Yes. Okay. Oh, where is it? Here it is. It's here, I'll put it in our group chat.
Yes, please.
Here you go.
I guess also considering time from this is going to be a good pivot, good segue into Inspirbot later on.
Yeah. so like the site, it's a pretty simple site. It literally just says, instead of saying in this global pandemic, try saying, and then it generates something.
Mm-hmm.
I just got in this grandiose plum tomato bed.
Instead of...
It's just like
I just got instead of saying in this global pandemic, try saying in this goosey pheasant van.
You silly goose.
You silly goose. Oh my God.
I'm out. Cut.
You got me to say it.
I'm sorry.
You got me to say it, and I hate it.
Oh shit.
Like who said that yesterday that it makes their spine stiff?
Can we get some Chris
Who
Mellows in
said
chat?
that? That was like it makes the it's so God, I can't talk. Somebody during the back porch hours, I think it was either like Chris or Crispy or someone
Crispy
during
would
that
say.
time. It was like they said that makes me so uncomfortable. It makes my spine stiff.
That does sound like something Crispy would say for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to do a
Oh,
fact
God.
check on that later.
Yeah.
Fact check on the
Go
podcast.
back.
Yeah.
Fact
Little,
check us. Fact
little
check us.
ping at the bottom, and
Yeah.
it just says, "I'm not gonna fact check," and there's just Scarfee.
I'm not doing that.
Don't
Go
do
on.
that. Fuck that.
What am I, CNN? Come on, dude.
Oh my God. All right. Well, no,
bless.
we can segue. I just almost said schedule
we haven't
into
gone for like an hour.
into Inspirbot. Chroma, you know what Inspirbot is, right?
No, I don't think so. No.
Okay, so it is
So
it's a inspirational quote generator.
mhm.
And it's done through AI.
Okay.
And it's gotten weird. Click through a few until you find one you like, because sometimes they're really dark, like
Yeah,
really
great.
dark.
Sometimes
So-
they come out like weird, but sometimes it produces gems, and that's how we kind of like end our episodes on most of the time.
Yeah.
Like
we
this
had
one really
one-
makes you think. I think I got a good one.
Yeah. Okay. So what you do? Describe the picture as best as
Okay.
you can, and then read the quote.
It kind of looks like we're at a. It's a camera. It's completely facing the floor or the ground, and it's just wood planks, vertically. And there's a blank notebook on the top right with a typewriter in the center in the top. Another closed
I
book
think I
on
know
the
what
left,
picture you're talking about.
and then a glass bottle in the bottom right.
Mhm.
And the quote is, "If you will not pretend, someone else will."
That's a good one. I like that.
If you don't do your job, we're gonna find someone else who does.
Okay, so if you right click on that, hit copy, copy image,
Yeah,
and then
and-
just drop it in our group chat.
Okay.
That'd be great.
I
I have one too.
yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Okay. So I don't quite know what this picture is.
It's a good
It looks like a bunch of octopus tentacles in black and white.
Okay.
I don't know what that is. It,
I'm interested. Please continue.
Go on.
y'all nasty. Okay. Okay. Well, it just looks like a close up of a bunch of like a mess of octopus tentacles, and on top of it, in a font. You know how the Supreme is like in the red,
Yeah.
like red background,
Mhm.
just white simple font. That's the same thing that's going on here. The quote is in that Supreme style, written over the picture, and it says, "Engage in involuntary awesomeness."
I dig it.
So true.
Dig that.
There we go. I guess
That's a mood. All right,
y'all nasty is what I'm gonna say. Is what...
I have one. It's a man. He's in like a valley, because you can see mountains in the back. You see really tall, like pine trees, that sort of thing. Very Pacific Northwest. Big bright blue body of water, and he's standing right on the edge of the shore. It's a balding man in a polo and some cargo shorts. Looks very like contemplative. And the caption says, "Tap ass, cry."
Preach.
It's so good. It's so good.
Really makes you
I live by that.
This is the kind of shit. Sometimes I'm like, why would I ever want to print Inspirabot like on a mug or something? This is the one I would want to print on a mug.
Yeah, this is the
like,
one.
it's so good.
Oh
God bless.
And on that note,
do you have anything you want to
tap,
plug?
pass, and cry?
Anything you want to plug before you hop on?
Wrapping around at the beginning again, we just got partnered on Twitch. If you guys want to follow me on twitch.tv/ChromaHere, that's really my main thing I got going on right now. So I stream 3 times a week, and if you like this, I mean, we do the same stuff. We just goof around and have a good time. So yeah,
Chroma's a great guy.
Please go check out Chroma. Chroma's wonderful. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I was really excited when y'all were like, "You want to do this?" And I was like, "Yes, please."
We were so excited that you were excited. We were like,
"Yeah,
yay!"
It was like, "Oh my God!"
People are always asking me like, "You should do
really
a podcast," and I was like, "I don't know what to talk about." But it's just with the right people, you can just talk for hours. I'm sure we could go for another hour or 2.
Oh, easily.
Yeah,
Very
absolutely.
easily.
But also, dude, I'm surprised that with your voice, you haven't done a podcast yet.
Oh.
That's like,
it's true.
That's unfortunate.
You got
people are deprived of your beautiful voice. If you want to hear it, go to twitch.tv/ChromaHere.
All I can think about
ChromaHere.
All I can think about is how buttery you would sound if you had an SM7B. That's all I can think about.
I've thought about getting one, but a lot of people that have the Shure mics, a lot of them have like a really, I don't know what EQ is like missing from there, because I'm not super like up to date on the knowledge of like EQ and sound and stuff, but there's always something. It sounds so strange sometimes. Like very specific people that have the Shure SM7B, they'll have it like good, it's great, and then other times it's just like so
Kate.
Yeah, like a lot of, I don't know, maybe I'll just have to ask some people who have that mic and like, and figure it out. But
I need to get a cloud lifter for it. I've been wrestling with this microphone because I love it, but like Scarfee knows because he does the audio. It's always too quiet.
Yeah,
and then
cloud lifter
I'll like adjust it for a second, and then it's really loud, and it's like, oh God. So I need a cloud lifter to just like even me out. I think that's gonna be the move
for sure.
Well, for now, I'm gonna be evening it out manually. And on that note,
right, we were ending the podcast. My bad.
Yeah, we were ending it, and we just got another tangent.
Chroma said, "Let's go for another hour."
Podcast. Goodbye.
Another hour. No.
Shit.
You said it, but yeah, okay. We'll see you guys next week. Okay. Bye-bye. Bye.